Good evening, folks. Hope everybody's week is going well. We're out here at Kuori Lake, where we haven't been on stream in quite a while. Going to try to see if we can catch some Kuori whitefish tonight. Had a couple people send me some leeches to help with that chase here. Got a spot over here that I'm going to try out first, and if I don't have any luck there, we'll go down to the island to see if we can. Don't expect this to be a very profitable or high bite rate kind of night like we've been used to at Ladoga lately, but anyway, give that a little bit of a break since I hit my XP and skill goals. We'll try this for a little bit and then start thinking about going back to either Ladoga or Seversky here soon and save up to get another falcon rod so we can go back to Tuba, start going after some buffalo. Let's go ahead and get out here to our spot, which is actually right here by this this bush right here. Coordinates 133.91. I'm not really sure what the depth to use out here is, so I'm using 3 different depths to just mess around, see what we can pull out. Got stonefly larva and mayfly larva on 2 of these rods, and on the 3rd rod here, I've got leech and mayfly larva. Let's see if we can't pull out some whitefish. I tested the spot for just a little bit before streaming, and I caught, I think, 1 or 2 whitefish and had somewhat of a bite rate, was mostly getting small Vendus, but hopefully we can catch something a little better here. And if the spot doesn't work out, I'll try the southern part of the island. I've tried a few other spots along the shoreline, couldn't find anything active at all. But it is unfortunately one of those things, finding, at least in English, telescopic spots is really difficult to do. So you kind of have to just find them yourself for the most part. Hey, there we go. First fish is a Kuori whitefish. It's not a very big one, but it's a good sign. Good way to start out here. But my usual Ladoga spot is still been fantastic. I've been using that for farming, and Seversky wasn't too bad either. It's a much lower bite rate, but the average fish value is a lot higher there, both in terms of XP and silver. So for going for skill gains, Ladoga Lake is still the way to go. That was a weekly ultralight record there on that whitefish. But for XP and silver, I think Seversky may have the edge, possibly. Bite on line 2 here. And I may change the hook out on the line with the leeches. It may be too large. I think I have like a size 4 or 6 on there. Might drop that down a little bit. Got another one on the ultralight. Like a Vendus. Yep. Fortunately, the Vendus here are much smaller than they tend to be at Ladoga, so it's not nearly as profitable catching those. So I get a break in the nibbles here. I'll swap the hook out on that other line. Bobbing away there. Getting the bite on that one now. Go. It's like another Vendus. Yep. And these are so small compared to what I get at Ladoga Lake. It's just terrible value. Especially considering that the 2 baits, since I'm using sandwich bait, I essentially got 2 silver worth of bait on the line, so fish really need to be worth a good bit. Got like another Ventus. Yeah. Not great. Started off with the whitefish, but need to get some more than that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and downsize the hook on this line. I had a size 1 on that. That was way too big. Let's throw a size 6 on. Let's make leech the primary with a secondary of mayfly larva. See if that helps at all. But again, it's just one little side thing to try. Looks like we've got in a couple minutes here. The happy hour should start, and I'll relog and we'll go try the island out. Spot's just not really performing very well. There's also a good chance that as deep as this lake tends to be, that maybe slider rigs are the better option here. But I don't have any waggler floats to make use of that. Just a couple more minutes here before we relog to start the happy hour and boat on out to the island. If anyone knows any specific spots that they've heard have been pretty active for telescopic out here, I'm all ears for it. Spots I've tried so far, I tried all around this little peninsula here, and I tried each of these two little rocky outcroppings, and none of them really offered much in the way of catches, so it's the only spot I found where I was at least getting bites, but they just been mostly small Ventus. Looks like we've got tiny little char, Arctic char here. Yeah. Wouldn't mind a few more of those, but certainly bigger than that size. We'll get it to 3 o'clock in the morning, then we'll relog to trigger happy hour. See, I can actually see the fish nibbling on it there. I'll try and... Oh, no. Figured I'd give it a try, since you usually can't see the fish. I wonder if it would set it. And that answers that question. See one down there on this line as well. Yep, didn't set it. The fish here also tend to strike so lightly that watch a little bit here. Yeah. That's a decent sized Ventus at least. This is pretty terrible so far. I figured it'd be something different than the Ladoga Lake that we've had for the past like week. Still very profitable there. We go to the island. Assume it's still shallow enough right here that I can get by without a slider rig. Hard to tell though. Like this spot is allegedly 2 meters or so, but that looks a lot deeper than 2 meters. I think we're gonna go ahead and let's see, let's pull these in and go ahead and relog to activate happy hour. Then boat on out to the island and see if we can have better luck over there. I got a, we'll just grab a 1-day boat pass. Keep it nice and cheap. Go. Doo-doo-doo. Of course, a little bit here. There it is. Oh, that little tiny Arctic char was a telescopic weekly. All right, let's see. It's stuck right here. Can we around that rock there, I guess. Go. And I guess I'll keep the depths I've got now. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put leech on all of these, see if we can't sniff out some decent fish over here. There's the happy hour activation. And I also bought some materials while I was at Old Bird before coming here to make a bunch of egg dough while I'm in happy hour so I can try and get that bait harvesting up. So I'll probably do here is just make a batch of like 5 at a time and then check the fleets. If we can't get some good skill gains here. Granted, I'm a little bit high level for egg dough to give XP, but honey dough is so expensive to make that, let's see what there's a gain. Here's another, up to 63%. I'm getting nibbles right now. Nope. All right, make some more of that. Ah. There's a gain, so it's about 1 skill gain every 5 crafts. Not terrible. No nibbles here yet. Again, the ability to dig up my own night crawlers and leeches and all that is definitely a goal. Still nothing biting. Okay, I wonder. I wonder if I should try a different spot from the island here. Stick it out here a little bit longer, see if anything hits. Another game. Another gain. That was a double. We're getting pretty close to 65% in bait harvesting, which does that unlock anything actually? Oh, harvesting bait fish and bait dead fish preparation. I guess that's something. Can't really make use of it yet, but something nonetheless. Look at this spot a little bit longer. If it doesn't pick up, we'll go back to where we started at. It hasn't been great, but at least it was catching stuff. Nothing still? Yes. Unfortunately, Kuori is more of a trolling map, but you can find a good telescopic spot. It seems like it'd be worthwhile. Haven't had luck finding a good active one. Yeah, this spot's doing nothing, so let's go ahead and go back to the cove. Even if it was just mostly small Ventus, it's better than nothing. A little bit of tea here. As far as Swirsky float fishing, I was there earlier this afternoon, and the Black Sea Shamaya are decently active at the docks again. Sitchel much less so, which is unfortunate because Sitchel were a good high bite rate source of silver there, but it's well, the bite rate's not crazy. You can catch 10 fish and it's worth around 100 silver, so it's pretty worth it. I think it's better silver and better silver and XP than Ladoga, but that bite rate just for skill gains just makes Ladoga Lake unbeatable right now for telescopic. I overshot it. That's all right. We can run from here. Big deal. Did I pass it again? No. Still around here somewhere. This. All right. Put these back out here and hope for some more of those whitefish. Got leeches. I know some of the other baits that seem to be decent out here right now are diving beetles, basically diving beetles and leeches, but both of those are either gold only or scooped baits, so hopefully the leeches alone will give us some good luck here. Go and go back to crafting 5 of these at a time. That's another part of why I wanted to go and do Kuori Liquor, because I knew the bite rate wouldn't be great, so it gives me an opportunity to make use of one of my happy hours to do some long overdue bait harvest skill ups. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a Ventus. Oh no, there's a little Kuori whitefish. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm looking for. The XP's decent on them. I don't know how they do for silver. I haven't really got one that's been big enough to even be a chat marker yet, so find out. This is the other problem, is this is fairly expensive bait. I mean, it's using leeches, which again are gold or scoop only bait, and roaches are hitting, which is a bummer. It always sucks when you get really crummy fish on a expensive bait. A batch of these. And since I am level 28 now, I can go to October, but I want to wait till probably next week when one of our regular viewers, Canadian Ways, back from his vacation, do a first trip to October. You'll enjoy that. What do we got? Another roach. Another batch egg dough. And we might hit 65% with the materials I've got. I got enough to make 100 craft attempts. There's an okay Ventus. This is over 200 grams. Still would prefer the whitefish since I'm using the leech bait or some sort of char. At least those 200 plus gram Ventus are worth a few silver. Pulled that one up too soon. Half a percent to go to hit 65. Even closer now. I think we definitely hit 65 through this. I don't think we're going to make it too terribly higher, but slowly working towards being able to keep up those gold-only baits, which will be really nice. Another roach. These roach need to stop biting. Wasting my good bait. Here we go. Hide, not too bad. A batch egg dough here. .2% away from 65. One more gain will do it. Inviting. Yep. Another roach. All right, more egg dough. There we go. 65% bait harvesting. 65.1 technically. Missed both of those. All right, then getting that to 70% will unlock caddisfly larva. That's a decently useful bait to be able to scoop up, but it is one that's not, it's, you can buy with silver, so not the greatest thing, but it's a nice little perk. Don't have too much more egg and flour left. Nibbling. Okay. We've got rough. Ugh. Tiny rough on the leech. Terrible. Can't say I'd recommend telescopic on quarry right now. What we'll do is once I run out of egg dough, we'll go catch these fish in and grab some fresh bait and travel over to Seversky to go after some Black Sea Shemaya. A little bit of a thunderstorm in game here. For the roach. Tiny roach. Whoa! Okay, we got something strong on that one. Alright. Yeah, I think that was my only size 6 hook, so go to a size 11 now. That was a very strong fish. Some more egg dough here. Yeah, now the skill gains are getting pretty stingy on this. As soon as I hit 65, it went from going about 1 in 5 crafts to like 1 in 10. Like, a splash. I don't know what it was. That's odd. I think it's that boat getting like knocked around by the waves. Interesting. Got some more egg dough here. I'm not getting any skill gains now. Nibbling. Nope. Look like more egg dough then. This is going to be a very profitless night here, but at least I'm getting some of my overdue crafting out of the way. Another game. And another one. Very nice. We just missed a bite on this line. It'd be hard to see the ripples from the floats with the water doing what it is. A minnow? Yep, common minnow. That was a failed cast. Make some more egg dough. Here's a game. Little tiny roach. Nibble on line 1. Vendus. And another Vendus. Some egg dough. Again, once I run out of materials for the egg dough, we'll switch over to Ladoga or Seversky, where we can decent bite rate. Someone's nibbling line 3. Cat fussing about something. I think someone's on there. Yeah. It's really hard to tell that there's any ripples because the water's so that they're not. Oh, he's a little white bream at least. Nibbling, yep. Oh, am I muted? Well, shoot, let me fix that. Thanks for letting me know, Hiko. This whole time I've been muted. Let's see. It's picking it up in OBS. That is weird. Are you sure that's not on your end? Is anybody else able to confirm if I am muted? Because my end's showing that it's coming through. Appreciate that, awesome. Okay, so it looks like it's just on your end, Hiko. Appreciate the confirmation there, guys. All good, Hiko. And this managed to catch 2 Kuori whitefish. That's it. This has not been working out great here. But yeah, once I run out of materials to make egg dough, I'm going to switch over to, what do you guys think, Seversky or Ladoga? Ladoga's going to have a higher bite rate. Seversky's going to have some Black Sea Shemaya, which is nice to do. Been good. Been getting my grind on, hit level 28 and 80% float fishing, which were my 2 big intermediate skill goals, or XP goals, I guess I should say. So now I'm working on saving up for another one of those Falcon telescopics. I'm going to hold off my first trip to Actuba. Hey, that's my first pellet I've ever caught, I think. For next week's, but hopefully by then I'll have a second Falcon so I can go after buffalo and whatnot. But Seversky and Ladoga have both still been treating me well. Ladoga especially. Wait for this one. Nope, still got it. Been getting a lot of region and body water records. Appreciate the follow there, Awesome Sauce. The old hashtag winning himself. Yeah, that spot at Ladoga is like, it's just unbelievable what kind of bite rate I'm getting there. It's literally about 3 fish a minute. The problem is the fish are worth about 4 to 7 silver each, but the bait I'm using is like, now that I'm using sandwich bait, it's like 2 silver a fish. So while the end haul may seem like a lot of silver, a lot is spent in the bait itself, unfortunately. Whereas Seversky is kind of like the opposite. It's not a lot. It's an okay bite rate, certainly better than this, but every fish is worth like 10 silver. So I figured I'd give Kuori telescopic a try while I'm trying to use happy hour to get some bait harvesting skill gains. Almost 66%. A nibble on 3 here. Yeah. You still trying some other games out on your new card, or you're back to fishing, Hiko? Almost a kilo on that roach. Yeah, Sunday was especially good. I had 3 trophies I caught in happy hour on stream, and then like 5 minutes after I ended the stream, I caught another trophy. 4 trophies in like an hour 10. Great. Mostly Valheim. Pretty cool. Nibble here. I do like being able to see the fish here at Kuori. It's been cool. Oh, we got a decent sized roach here. I know it felt like it was, but not big at all, actually. Alright, take another batch of egg dough. Baldur's Gate 3 has been it's been going. I'm at like 80-ish hours now on my file, and I've still got a long ways to go. Hey Cappy, how's it going? Appreciate that, awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely loving the telescopic fiction. I'm really looking forward to once I get enough silver to get some more couple more of the carp capable rods. I mean, I say carp capable, but really they're capable of plenty of big fish. Nutella, very nice. Just out here barely catching any fish at Kuori, but just using happy hour mostly to do some bait crafting before I head back to somewhere more eventful. So where do you guys want me to move to after the egg dough's done here? Seversky or back to Ladoga where the bite rate's been crazy? Yeah, I saw you hit level 28 earlier. Congrats on that. You already enjoying Actuba? More Ladoga? Anyone else want to cast a vote? I'm fine with either one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Actuba a lot. I know Canadian Way is probably going to want to be the first stream expedition there for me, so I'm going to wait till he gets back next week. Mosquito. Puh. Although I've heard that Mosquito is really good for, I think, Ide right now. Came across something like that when I was trying to figure out if anybody had any telescopic spots here on Kuori. It's so hard to find English translated telescopic fishing spots because no one in the US region likes to telescopic fish, apparently. So far we've got 1 vote for Mosquito, 1 vote, which I'm going to disqualify the Mosquito one because no one likes Mosquito. But Ladoga or Seversky. Oh, that's the end of that. All right, so let's go ahead and bring these in. Oh, you got a Dace Trophy? Very nice. Congrats on that. I didn't, must not have been on when that happened. All right, let's go turn these fish in, see if we can get a cafe order filled while we're at it. I'm going to actually fast travel just to not waste happy hour time. Yeah, I think Mosquito's usually pretty reliable for Crucian and Gibble trophies. But yeah, there is a spot specifically right now where someone was catching a whole ton of large eyed. I think that's a spot that people have been going after there. Enough. Hey, we can fill in an order that's 40 silver for Vendus. All right, that worked out. We got some sort of profit there. Last call for the vote between Seversky or Ladoga Lake. So we got about, it wasn't terrible with that order. We got about 80 silver in 30 minutes. Not terrible. All right. I don't see any votes here. Let me make sure I've got the hooks I need before I go and check my bait stores. Let's see, we got. Okay, I'm gonna first travel over to Winding and pick up some more bait since it's cheaper there. Oh, nice! You got your first Fortuna carps. Very good, Cappy. Those will carry you to end game for carp fishing, pretty much. Nice, yeah. Wacky rigs, I know, are the go-to for that lake when it comes to spin fishing. Like everything out there loves wacky rigs. No problem, awesome. All right, so I want to grab. Let's see. Let me check my hooks real quick. Got a 7. Let me grab a 6 and a 10. Okay. And grab a batch of those and 2 batches of mayfly. Oh, so expensive. And on to Ladoga Lake we go. Yeah, I find with drifting on and trolling on Seversky, I'll catch a ton of fish, but there'll usually be a lot of which actually I haven't done it since they boosted pumpkin seed fish, but I know when I was going out there originally, I was catching a lot of pumpkin seed, which at the time were not very valuable, but it may be worth it now that they've improved how much they're worth. Get these all set up and ready to go. Go with a size 6 one here. Mayfly and stonefly. Stonefly do seem to help with the whitefish bite rate, which is nice. And bring you down to a 10. I have to adjust all the depths on the telescopics. Got a fly that's obsessed with my monitor right now. Time for my nightly complaint about how you should be able to just type in your depth setting on telescopics. Well, float in general. Oh, I see Left for Mush is out here too. He's been, him and Fish is Good are the other 2 big US region telescopic guys that I see competing with me for the ultralight and telescopic records on the weeklies. Put all these at a meter tonight. And we've already got our first nibbles here. Yeah, the bite rate at this spot has just been unbelievable. If the bait were cheaper, it'd be super profitable. I mean, it's still pretty decently profitable. It's just you're spending basically 2 silver per catch. It's rough. Got a pretty good Vendus there to start off. And a small Vendus. Follow it up. Blech. Buffalo are dead. Oh, that's a shame. I know a couple of species I'm looking forward to out there are the Black Sea Cutum, the regular Shemai, and like the whole line of herring and stuff like that should be fun to catch. Which I do want to eventually go after Black Sea Cutum in Seversky, but they require gold or scoop only bait, which is another reason why I'm trying to work on getting my bait harvesting up so I can start scooping some of that stuff up myself. Aggressive nibblers here that aren't quite committing. There we go. Got a bit of a runner on this one. Very decent size. Looks like a Ladoga whitefish probably. Yep. almost a kilo. Oh, almost a bottom 80. Very nice. That's that unlocks spod rods, doesn't it? Yeah, that's gonna be a huge improvement for when you're out there pretty much really anywhere. Like I wish I could unlock spod rods through float fishing because it'd be really useful for when I'm fishing for carp on telescopics. At some point, I'm going to have to break down and just really hardcore train bottom fishing to unlock spod rods. Got 1 and 3 nibbles here. One's going to take it first. Do have a slightly larger hook on line 3, so it's going to have a lower bite rate, but should hopefully get some larger fish in general. All right, got nibbles on all. Oh gosh, all of them going at once here. Bendis. There's another Ladoga whitefish. Reset this one just a little bit since we missed the catch on it. Another dirty. I love it when the whitefish are active here because they are much more profitable than the Bendis are. What's really nice is every now and then I'll get a string of ripus, which they're pretty profitable as well. Bendis there. Game's broken. In what way? Well, I could say it's broken in a few ways. Chief among them being the snag system. Screw everything about the snag system in Russian fishing for. So make sure when you get those weeklies, make sure to see them that you parse by your region. By default, it shows global. Ooh, almost a trophy Vendus. And yeah, I know, like, it's weird. Like, it feels like the Russian and Chinese region just has bigger fish. I don't know how to explain it, but like their records just blow the U.S. region out of the water. Yeah, that's weird. That's maybe it just hasn't refreshed it or something. I don't know. Either that or it may have been depending on what time you caught it yesterday. I don't know what time on Mondays the weeklies reset, but maybe it was a case where you caught it before the reset happened. I don't know. I really wish they would update the weekly rewards to give at least some sort of lesser reward for placement by region and not just global. Yes, this one since I missed a fish on there. This rain's making me have to chug through the tea. Another white fish. Yeah, the sandwich bait has really improved both my average fish size and made me able to get the whitefish a lot more often. When I was only able to use a single bait, I was getting like maybe 2 whitefish an hour, but now it's about 1 in 4 or 5 fish, which is great. Vindus. That's probably too late. Nope, nope, still on there. All right. Tiny Vindus. I've been fishing at Amber Lake today. A couple weeklies in there somewhere. Always the Vindus I got was an ultralight weekly. Shit. Lines 1 and 3 are bobbing here. If any of you are pro wrestling viewers, you may catch a glimpse of me on AEW tomorrow night. The ringside for it. That's why I won't be streaming tomorrow night. I'll be at that. Another Vindus. Yeah, there's just, I've not found anywhere that competes with the bite rate that this spot has. It's just insane. There's a tiny ripus. This is even with a slightly upsized hook size. Like technically, I think the optimal hook size here is like 12 to 14. And I'm using 6 to 10 on these, and or even with slightly larger, oversized hooks, I'm still getting a crazy high bite. Little Vindus. So far, the lake trout have stayed away, which is good because those are the ones that will inevitably tear my line. I have been tempted to bring out my Falcon at some point and see if I can't target like lake trout and char here with a specific bait, but I'm just not sure. I think the spots that require it, you have to take a boat to, and without being able to confirm those, I haven't wanted to spend the money on the boat tickets to try it. Because getting another one of those Falcon rods is like 3,700 silver, and we're at basically right at 2,000, so we got a ways to go still. Haven't played Demonologist before. I played a little bit of Phasmophobia. I know Demonologist is like in a similar vein to that, and it was like, for me, that game was fun at first, but the game loop in that one I feel like needs more variety. So I don't know if Demonologist has a better game loop variety than Phasmophobia, but it didn't give me a whole ton of hours before I was ready to move on. But if you get on RF4, might I recommend Telescopic at Ladoga? You can join Left for Mush and I here in the race for the weeklies. A little Vindus there. Definitely missed what was everyone too. I'm going to go ahead and reset the float here. Okay, so used Yeah, I think I remember seeing that about the knowledge that it was more of an exercise type one. Grand Theft Auto RP. You know, you can have a lot of fun with that. Not gonna lie, there you can do some zany RP things. Just the store clerk in the game and stuff like that. Pretty fun. I have a long role playing background myself, so I'm a fan of RP type roles. Hence, one of the many reasons I'm loving Baldur's Gate 3. I can do some. They really give you a lot of freedom in how to approach things. Absolutely. Yeah, here you go. See, everybody's loving the Norway right now. I'm looking forward to playing around with it eventually, but I just find I think maybe I'll like it more when I start doing. It is a decent whitefish. When I start doing like boat rods and stuff, but the perking rods just didn't do it for me. Yeah, I haven't. I've watched people do the GTA RP. I haven't done GTA's RP myself personally, but an example, if any of you know what a MUD is, classic like the text-based online games. There's one I played on and off for, still kind of on and off for like over 20 years, called Eternal City. It's an RP enforced MUD, and a lot of great memories from that. Come on, pick it up. There's a spot here sometimes where the fish kind of gets caught under the rock. It's awkward to pick it up. Oh no, the seagull's coming for me. Oh nice, they got like a fishing guild on that server, or club or something like that. That's pretty cool. Which I'm speaking of fishing clubs. I know that's a new feature they've introduced with Fishing Planet. So I'm still keeping an eye on information from RF4 or Fishing Planet about the upcoming deep sea map that they're adding with like the multiplayer boat. If it's something where I assume it's probably going to be like a new end game thing, and I'm not interested in the grind for that. Welcome back, Awesome Sauce. But if it's accessible to like low level players, I might try to host like a little fishing club on there for everyone. We can maybe hop on and go on one of those boats and do some fishing on there. It might be fun. Fishing pole dancer seems to be doing some telefishing over there at Tversky right now. I can tell by the weeklies that just popped up. You see Sichel and Black Sea Shemaya. That's Tversky. Right, decent catch rate right now. It's a little. Whoa, okay, we got. Oh man, that thing tore that real fast. I'll replace that in a second here. Must have been probably a lake trout got on there. But that's all in the fun of telescopics. Yeah, with the and that's also because like I could technically be using like all red sticks out here and have no problem at all, but the ultralight is fun for A, you get a lot more weeklies that way, and B, the XP bonus is pretty nice. So I figure, well, I'm going to lose a hook every now and then. Let's fix this up. Ah, shoot. Took my... Okay, I still have some of those boats left. Every now and then, you'll lose the float when the line is torn, and I really haven't quite figured out what exactly triggers that. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But man, this is that time of day where it's hard to see because of the reflections. That like red light from the sunset makes it really hard to see the red tops of these floats. Bend is there. I'm gonna recast line 1. That's a little too far left. Still works fine to like this spot's really forgiving. Like you can pretty much cast all around here and it'll be the same, but I'm using 3. You want to keep them all where you can easily see them all in one view. Yeah, you get one of those like the difference between telescopic fishing and reel fishing. With the reels, if you get something that's too big, you can just bring that friction brake down to 1 and have enough time to like Alt F4 and everything's good. Telescopic, you get something that's too big on there, you aren't going to have time to do anything but lose that line. Which is why, unless like on my my Falcon TL, I've got an expensive hook, but for all of these, I'm using just cheap 12 silver hooks because they're going to get lost. Inevitable. Another decent whitefish there. We got a ad break starting up in about 10 seconds here. It's just to prevent pre-roll ads. But we'll keep on fishing through it. Tiny business. I get those non-markers out here. It sucks because that's basically 2 silver lost in bait. Nibble on 1 here. And on 2. I got something weird on 1 there. Okay, missed it. Probably a bleak. Every now and then bleak will come over here and they tend to push the floats up and drag them around like that. Got a decent little fish on here. It's to be a Ladoga whitefish. Yep, over a kilo. Not bad on the ultralight. Really like to upgrade my other 2 ultralights, but it's like this one still suffers quite a bit, and it's like 1600 silver, and the next tier, which is basically the highest tier ultralight telescopic, is like 8,000 silver each, and they're able to carry almost twice as much load capacity as the one I'm using. So one day I'll get there. I just got to find a way to make more than like 200 silver an hour, 200 to 300 silver an hour, because it's going to take ages to get those really expensive rods at that rate. And find those hot days at Amber where you can get like 700 silver in an hour. We're already over or almost a quarter of the way through level 28. Chucking right along there, which I do plan on either level 29 or level 31 is when I'm going to do my third gold sea trip, because neither of those unlock a level. So we'll we'll see how things go with that. It'll probably be level 31 though, because I feel like I'm going to be getting a lot of Act to the River action at level 29. Ah, missed it. Yeah. Vendus, it looks like. Oh yeah. Yeah, the average Vendus here is like twice the size of the ones at Kuori Lake, which is if what I was catching was mostly Vendus while I was at Kuori, then I figured might as well just go here instead. Vendus. Another nibble here. Here we go. Looks like something's on too, but I missed it while I was pulling this in. That's all right. Another small Vendus. Another nibble here. Tiny minutes. I can't believe those are even considered a marker. Got 2 and 3 bobbing. I'm gonna go first. Oh, we both go at the same time. There we go. Never's on 2. Chunky white fish looks like. Yep, almost a kilo. You really see the difference between a 5-meter rod and an 8-meter rod's cast distance on this, though. If I go full strength with one of these 8 meters, I can almost go the other side. Oh, there's a marker ripus. That's so much further out. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if it's ripus or ripus. Say, yeah, roughy. I need to like put all these through a phonetic pronunciation device and find out. My favorite though is the European hacky, something like that. I call them the European hockey. Hey, a float fishing game. Surprised we haven't gotten more of those actually. I think, yeah, we should still be in happy hour. Check when this one pulls in. Yeah, we're still in happy hour. I'm surprised that was the first game we've gotten while we've been out here. Defendus. Although I have heard rumor that variety of species has some sort of factor on your chance of getting a skill gain. So I don't know if that's true or not. If it is, that I guess this could slow it out. There you go. Another Vindus. Got the 44 fish caught here so far, not bad. It's like, that might be like a Volska whitefish. Oh no, it's a Vindus. Fins looked a little lighter color than usual. Another one here. As long as they stay over 200 grams, I'm happy. Once they drop below 200 grams, the value of them is very noticeable. And since I'm using essentially 2 silver worth of bait on these, eating anything worth less than 3 silver, just not great. Ladoga whitefish. Okay, needles on both of those here. And happy hour's over. Ooh, we got a runner there. $49 fish caught. Nibble there. Pulled that one up too soon. What we got on here? Looks like another Vindus. And another one. Nope, that was a Volska whitefish. Yeah, Seversky, like, honestly, for various reasons, Seversky so far is my favorite river. It's not always the most profitable or anything like that, but I think the aesthetic of it is really nice. Like, just drifting down that river is very relaxing, and it's decent enough on all types of fishing that you can always get stuff out there regardless of what your focus is. Bream farming is surprisingly one thing I really haven't done at all. I know it's one of the best ways to gain bottom fishing, but usually if I'm bottom fishing, I prefer to just go after carp. The Ladoga whitefish is pretty decent size there. Yeah, this spot has been great at Ladoga. What's unfortunate is like there's some spots out here that are really good as well for other species, but you have to take a boat ticket to get out there, which is really annoying because that adds like 15 silver for the cheapest one just to go over there one time. Yeah, I need to I need to probably at some point, maybe after I get my next falcon rod, I'll do that. I'll go out there to Oldburg and just really focus farm bream so I can get spod rod unlocked. Because especially for lakes like Amber, the bite rate difference between having a spod rod available and not having one is just night and day. I mean, I guess I can look into and see if maybe for telescopic a Cobra would suffice, but I don't know. I'm just playing with this line. There you go. Oh, what? Nice. Yeah, I've done some float fishing out there at Oldburg as well. Actually, I did some carp float fishing once I got my carp rod out there, which is pretty fun. What I'll probably end up doing when I go is I'll probably use I'll keep one float rod out just to keep doing some float fishing, but then have two bottoms focused on everything else to try to get that bottom percent up. Oh, the Ventuses are starting to get small now. Indeed. Got all three of them bobbing here. Who's going to take it first? You are. This whatever was on one. Something running with two there. I miss it. Yeah, this bite rate is just it's almost too much. Yeah. Another Ventus. Yeah, the actual like base XP of this spot, I think float fishing on Seversky is better because those Black Sea Shemaya and Stitchel and all that tend to give much higher base XP than these ones do. So the modifier, especially if you're doing like ultralight plus happy hour, it's a huge difference. Pickle action there. Another Ventus, it looks like. Yep. I still haven't caught any of the Valam whitefish. I don't know if you can catch them in this spot or not. I assume they're like a purple tag rare species. Right, this is the Ventus hangout. There's a whitefish there. Which, it's kind of useful because you know when the spot's drying up. If you start catching bleak and roach, it means the spot's pretty much dried up and it's time to give it a rest for a couple hours. Ooh, over 1 kilo on that big boy. Bad at all. A weird bite on line 2 there. At least the lake trout are staying away. Those are the bane of telescopic right here, because you get one of those like 2-3 kilo lake trout on. So I'm using fairly lightweight ones, especially the one that's an ultralight. They just don't stand a chance against them. A little ruckus. Wind's picked up. It's a little hard to cast these accurately when that happens. The wind's actually strong enough to be dragging the floats downstream like there's a current. Missed it. This wind is wicked. Almost to 10 meters per second now. Missed it again. Yeah, once you start getting the wind effects like this, it's kind of adjust for your timing on the hook setting. Oh yeah, we're at 67 fish caught. Try to catch 3 more, and then we'll go cash them in. It's that one. Appreciate that, awesome. It's the secret when you've got you're using ultralight telescopic on the U.S. region. It's basically cheating for weeklies. A little tiny rifles there. Go. I think this puts us at an even 70 fish. Let's see. With this, yeah, it's technically 71, but that's because of this black carp that I'm hanging on to for eventually mounting as a trophy. But let's see what we've got for those 70 fish. Not too bad. And to be honest, what's crazy is that as crazy as this bite rate has been, this is actually somewhat slow for this area. Normally, in this amount of time, I probably would have gotten around 80 or so fish. All right, first stop, let's hit up the cafe, see if we can turn any orders in. Nope. Maybe. Oh, got one large enough for that. All right, so we're going full just market price. Let's take some guesses here. We got 70 fish. I'm gonna say 231 silver. That's gonna be my estimate. Oh, it was a little shy. 273 silver. Not bad at all. We're gonna be up to 2,200, so creeping up ever closer to being able to afford the second falcon rod. With that, do my usual end of the night scoop here, see if we get all 3 baits out of it. Wow, a full-on failed. Shameful. But with that said, we'll go ahead and wrap things up here tonight. As I mentioned, I won't be streaming tomorrow night. I will be attending AEW, so if you are a watcher of that, you might catch a glimpse of me when the camera's panning. I am ringside, but I'm not in front of the camera this time. I'm actually in. But I'll get back to streaming Thursday, and I'll play around tomorrow and Thursday afternoon and see if I can see if I want to go back here for that or go back to Seversky, and we'll see what it is. I'm going to AEW Pro Wrestling. The AEW Dynamite is going to be filming here plus Collision, so I'll be ringside for that tomorrow. But be back to normal on Thursday and on track from there. So I hope everybody has a good couple days between now and then and catch some good trophies, and I will see everybody next time. Take it easy, folks.